Reports, Finance and Administrative Activities, 2011-0309, Mr. Tommy Fauché and Mr. Steve Milligan, Dow St. Charles Operations, presentation of a check for funds to construct the new St. Charles Parish Emergency Operations Center.
Good evening. First, thank you, Parish President St. Pierre, members of the council, for having us here tonight. It's really an exciting time, though I usually like to come with the element of surprise, but as you can see on your agenda, we're giving a check, so I guess that kind of goes the surprise. We'll be working out in the coming days getting the official signed agreement, but the timing was such that we get to come here tonight to share with you some very good news about giving a donation to a facility that is definitely needed in this parish. I want to give you a little context as to why Dow and our St. Charles Operations Facility wants to contribute to the new Emergency Operations Center. We have a lot of respect, great respect, for the work that the Department of Emergency Preparedness does in this parish. They always step up to the plate. They're always there, whether it's an industry need, a business need, a community need in the middle of the night. We can always count on them to answer the phone, literally. And we're very proud to call them partners of ours. I think in a region that faces annual threats from hurricanes, and sometimes the lesser threat, but we're in a world that does face a real threat from terrorism and insecurity. It's important to have an operation such as our Emergency Preparedness Department. We take, from a Dow perspective, every opportunity with our colleagues at other Dow facilities around the world, and our site leadership does as well, to brag on the job that Scott Welch and his team do with VJ's leadership. They have been a great service to us, and I think that goes for the Emergency Preparedness Department since its inception many, many years ago. The staff is always professional, and we can always count on them. Just the physical part of it, many of you know my past life as Parish PIO. I know firsthand some of the hardships of working down the bottom of this building for extended periods of time in bad weather. We remember Hurricane Katrina. We remember Hurricane Gustav. I can remember Hurricane Katrina standing in the back parking lot with satellite phones on one leg and raising your right hand, hoping that you get a signal because there was no power in the building. It's something that we need in a community that's thriving at ours needs as well. So we see the only way to get involved is as a company is to provide the missing piece. And the missing piece is what we're here to talk about tonight to get this project started. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Steve Milligan, who is the Dow St. Charles Operations Site Leader.
Thanks, Tony. Good evening. I'd like to thank the members of the St. Charles Parish Council and President St. Pierre for allowing Dow to be here tonight. Tonight's an exciting night for Dow and our St. Charles Operations employees. You may not realize it, but it marks the 10th year that Dow's been here in St. Charles Parish. In that time, Dow's contributed financial donations to many projects, and our employees have volunteered for thousands of hours, and that's probably what makes me the proudest. But this year caps it all off. And the reason I say that is this year Dow's announced $250 million investment to restart a shutdown olefins unit at the SCO site. We hired more than 35 new employees, and we've expected to hire more by the year end. We also partnered with the Audubon Nature Institute on a project to bring the whooping cranes back from near extinction. Second Dow outdoor classroom is nearing construction in the beautiful wetland Watchers Park in Norco. And then tonight, Dow's donating $870,000 to complete the financing and enable the construction of a new Emergency Operations Center for the people of St. Charles Parish. I think Tommy did a great job of outlining why we need that and why Dow's committed to it. We're very excited to see this new facility become a reality and can't wait to cut the ribbon next year. Now we'd like to present you with two things. I need a little help from Tommy here if I can. Y'all fight.
Yeah, that was good. Scott was a good way.
First, a map to symbolize the roots of our community and the people that this building will protect and preserve. And secondly, although it's not cashable yet, we'd like to present a very large check to the people of St. Charles Parish to enable construction of the new Emergency Operations Center.
Those of you that know me don't believe me when I say I won't take long. I really won't. First, Mr. Parish President Vijay St. Pierre and this council, thank you on behalf of everybody in our department, but also all those that come together in an emergency response for your unwavering support for this project. From the outset, you've been a huge supporter, and every one of you brought that support to the table when the time was needed. So definitely want to appreciate you for that. I thought it was very appropriate what was said in the prayer opening this meeting from our first president, and he talked about all the different people it takes to do the things that he was praying for. He mentioned honorable industry. He mentioned the people of government and the citizens of this nation, and that's who comes together whenever we have an emergency in St. Charles Parish. He named every group because we have industry there, we have average citizens who volunteer in the form of fire department, firemen, law enforcement personnel, EMTs, paramedics, parish employees, and government leaders. And so when we have an emergency, all these people come together, and we'll have a unbelievable facility now to do that in. And Tommy's absolutely right that Dow Chemical gave us the missing piece, because everywhere I went, people would ask me, hey, when's that new building coming along? And now I can tell them, thanks to this missing piece from Dow, we're going to start moving, and we've got dates for going out for bid, and dirt's going to start moving, and a building's going to go up, and it brings a lot of joy to our hearts. So thank you all very much.
Mr. St. Pierre, you had some comments?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to thank Dow and Steve and Tommy. You know, when Scott and I got together and we saw we're $887,000 short of having enough money to go out for bid, I said, what were we going to do? I said, Scott, we're going to go to every business, every industry in the parish, and we're going to ask for money. Well, the first one we went to is, since Tommy and Steve gave me the money for my little gazebo out there, you forgot to mention that in your remarks, the little gazebo, which is being used by people who have weddings underneath there, take pictures of wedding. Our employees sit out there and have lunch, so it's well used, Steve. But when we said we needed $887,000, and Dow was the first one we went to, and contacted Steve and Tommy and said, look, we need some money for to complete our EOC. And so Steve said, why don't you put a business plan for us together, outlining and detailing exactly what y'all need, and we did that. And after we gave that several months later, off the cuff, they felt pretty good about it. And then I got the call from Tommy and Steve and said, man, we got you to $887,000. Well, at that time, my wood leg got goosebumps when they told me I had $887,000. But that shows a commitment to the parish. Tommy and Steve, thank you all very much, man. And I'm sure on behalf of all the citizens of the parish, It's going to be a beautiful center, and we'll be able to serve not only the industry but our community too. So thank you, guys.
I think everyone else would probably echo that. Thank you, Mr. VJ.